Hey everyone, Jesse here. Wanted to do a state of the garden beds update. A couple things that I've learned so far or think that I need over the course of the couple months of gardening and whatnot. Um, we have a cat house outside with green beans. They don't look the greatest. I think they're low on water. It hasn't really watered this year at all. I've continued with putting sweet potatoes in pots. That has worked really well. Just put some slips in there, cover it up with dirt, and at the end of the season, you can just dump those out and get your sweet potatoes easily. Another thing I've noticed is that Bermuda grass will not stop growing through these garden beds. So I figured, here's one doing really well. You can see right there shooting up. These beds are probably 12 inches or so, give or take, from the ground. And all season long, I've had to go through and pull up those little guys. There's 4 or 5 inches of mulch on top of the soil. So I don't think that I would be able to prevent Bermuda grass from growing through. Probably in the winter time, I will dig up portions of this and put down landscape fabric to prevent that problem in the future. So that's one lesson learned. Another lesson learned is that I need some sort of trellising when I put in cucumbers. I had to just go and get some wire welded fence, which is working just fine. Here's some cucumbers growing. I wasn't sure how well they would grow in these garden beds, but you can see pretty good growth. This one has, I can show you, cucumbers just dangling somewhere right there. So they've been doing just fine. They're probably running out of room. Eventually I'll probably have the tractor supply cattle panels and just put one of those per bed, and I can combine it with the wire welded fence. So one thing that I have never done before is grow watermelon. And you can see this watermelon vine has gone everywhere. It is expanding through the entire yard. We have some fruit on there, and I think you can see it kind of through that. So they're just dangling down there. I don't know how big these are, how well they'll work. I've never grown melons of any kind, but they are expanding like crazy. Oh, there's a good one. I'm sure I will have to kind of keep those up in the air without, they probably pull the entire vine down and break it. So we'll see how that goes. Another thing is that some sort of barrier, if you're living in a suburban lot. We had a neighborhood cat that would come through all the time and do its business wherever it wanted. So this is just bird netting, which has worked just fine. I haven't seen the cat in this system since then. I need to expand it to the other area. This is a new garden bed, so we have 2 types of designs. So this garden bed is made from landscape timbers. We did 3 high, and you can see that each one I think is about it's probably 3 inches tall. So that gives us about 9 inches of garden bed space. I offset, it's kind of building like a log cabin almost. Offset the ends, and you can see, one side's just moved over, and then the next one up is all the way to the end, and then that one's moved over again. So it's pretty easy just to stack them like that. We drilled holes in the top and put screws down. I didn't have the largest screws. I think they're 3 inches. If you were to do this again, or if I was to do this again, I'd probably get 5-inch screws or something that would secure it pretty well, but it's a pretty small garden bed. In any event, I think right now these landscape timbers as of 2022 they're just $5. So overall the cost for wood was $50, I think. 3, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, so we got 10 landscape timbers. It's a little more expensive, not by much, than these beds, and these are just fence fence panels, 8-foot fence panels cut, same thing, just 2 stacked. But I think these things last much longer, and so I wanted to try it out. Haven't planted anything in there yet. We just put compost in there, and the top layer is wood chips again. So, oh, there is a lizard right there, right between those 2 leaves. So that's a good sign. You always want living creatures somewhat in your garden bed space. So if I had to do this again, I would definitely probably exclude the grass from the growing area. Definitely in the garden beds, put landscape fabric underneath. I thought I could kill the Bermuda grass. I'd put up trellising. The watering system's been doing just fine. Ideally it'd be a drip irrigation, but I just converted over the lawn sprinklers. It's on a timer, it can run every day, I don't have to worry about it, and that covers it pretty well. I had to increase the frequency just because we've had like 100-degree days here in Texas. The water is not doing enough on my previous schedule, so just had to keep them watered very well. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below, and I will answer those as they come. Thanks for watching.